Hey, good evening. It's Tuesday night. Time for another Grumpy Acres weekly update and chat. Thanks for joining us. I see we got uh, Lance here and Mark Doak. If anybody else is lurking in the chat, go ahead and jump in there. Remember, if you're on YouTube, get in the live chat because that's where all the cool cats hang out. Get your favorite beverage. Tonight, my favorite beverage is filtered water. Hey, Jane Marie. Axe for the Homestead. Half Bubble Off Plum. Best name on the interwebs. Hope everybody had a good week. Angela's here. She just got in a little while ago. She's over there eating her spaghetti and having a cool drink while she's relaxing after work. Big news around here. Good Lord, it's been nice the last couple of days. How nice has it been where you are? It was in the 70s yesterday and 70s today. And man, it's super nice. I know it's not going to stay. It's supposed to get colder later in the week, but the past 2 days have just been gorgeous here. Such a good change. One thing I don't like about this area is that late winter, early spring, and the late fall, early winter, because it's nothing but mud. Everything's mud around here, and it just track it in the house, and it's all gloomy. And so a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of vitamin D. Half Bubble says 80s and 90s. Yeah, Starla, I kind of figured it was you. I told Angela that Mark was in. She said probably Starla. I said, oh, yeah, probably. But you get that vitamin D and kind of soups you up. I can't wait till it gets warm and I can go outside barefoot and dodge all the puppy piles and get grounded with the earth. Other than that, the life goes on around here. Somebody, did you tell them about your raise last week? No? Somebody.
We don't mention that stuff.
Huh?
I don't usually talk.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say she's eating dinner, Starla. I was just gonna say somebody's been doing really well at her job and it's paying off. They're recognizing her, which is nice. Makes her feel good. My job, I'm getting to the point now to where I'm looking for an exit plan in 5 to 6 years. I'm getting at that age where if I can find some place to make as much money that I'm not doing IT, I'm probably going to jump on it. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Greg and Susie are here. Been in the mid 70s last 2 days. 50s today, though. Yeah, it's supposed to get chilly tomorrow. It's supposed to be down to 39 tomorrow night. 80. Happy Tuesday from Life Done Free. What's up, Tag? The life around the farm. So sad news. Traveler passed away. It was wet and it was cold. There were some thunderstorms that rolled through here at the beginning of the week. And
we don't know how old she was.
Yeah, we don't know. Angela just said we don't know how old she was. She's the one that got dropped off at our house. But she was just, it was just her time. She wasn't feeling very well, and that storm hit and the thunder, and woke up the next morning. She was gone. That was Saturday. Yeah, that was Saturday. But she lived a good life. She finally weaned Tubby, the one that Mrs. Hack saved in the bathtub. She got him weaned. He's eating food. But it was kind of sad. Something happened I'd never seen before with the sheep. We've lost sheep, but Big Boy, who's our breeder sheep, is her offspring, and he's not the father of the baby she had. There's another sheep that's the father, and he literally, the last 2 days of her life, he literally laid next to her, and when it was raining and stuff, shielded her from the rain inside the little calving shed that we have. And when she passed away, he moped Saturday and Sunday, and yesterday when he was out on pasture, he started acting like his normal self. But I'd never seen a sheep mope like that before, and he was honestly missing her. And then Tubby, the little baby, how old is he now? He's 8 weeks old, 10 weeks. He's old enough that he's weaned. But he wouldn't have anything to do with me because he saw me haul his mama off and just would not have anything to do with me for a couple of days. He finally today, he's finally coming up and saying hi again. So that's nice. And then we had something else that never had to deal with. So we had a lamb born Friday night during the storm, of course, that had a distended stomach and the intestinal bag was hanging outside. So I had to put it down. So finding her and having to put that poor thing down at the same time. The fact that it was still alive just boggles my mind. Sheep are tough animals. You know, it was just Saturday morning was not a good morning. I gotta admit, you know, thank God the weather was nice, because had it been overcast and rainy, I probably would not have made it through the day, to be honest. But it's one of those things, you know, it's part and parcel to having a homestead. Paul said it was 75 in Massachusetts. Man, that's downright balmy for you guys, isn't it, this time of year? But,
Balmy.
yeah, hot and tropical for Massachusetts, 75 this time.
Balmy is cold.
No, balmy is warm and humid. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Do you want me to look it up? She's over there telling me that balmy doesn't mean warm. The balmy tropics. You never heard that?
I heard balmy.
Somebody doesn't watch enough Wheel of Fortune. Anyway, so with the animals, that's about it. We got one of the remaining duck, though. Somehow he boogered his foot up and he was gimping around on it, and it's just gotten progressively worse. I think he broke his foot from looking at it, and I'm not really quite sure what to do with him. He's healthy, he gets around, but he's gimping, and you know, it's nice though, because I can grab him and I can rub his chest and just treat him like he's a pet. You gonna show him those?
No, I was looking and I didn't realize I got 4 foot by 4 foot. I don't know what it was.
Show them what you got. Show them what you're talking about. Just
Plant transplanting repotting mat.
We'll hold it up.
Can you see that? That's what I got.
Where are you gonna put that?
It's too big. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
It's a little mat with turned up sides so that you can pot on it.
No, you can turn the sides up so I can shrink it.
So your potting soil doesn't go all over the place. It'll fit on the table.
Yeah, it's awful big.
Yeah, so it's nice. Took Fancy for a walk. I've got a video that I'm editing for you guys. It's going to be the very first walking video of 2026. I'm going to start doing that more often.
That'll excite Gregory.
Huh?
That'll excite Gregory Kessel.
Will it excite Gregory?
He's been telling me he's been missing those walks.
Okay, Gregory, have you been missing the walk and talks with Fancy and I? It was a very interesting walk though, because we excuse me, we went down to the bridge, and as we were coming back, the neighbors on the corner, the owners of Zip the zebra, they were out working on their property, and they had their dogs out, and the dogs came out, and Mama was not happy with the dogs because they were not listening. But I stopped and I talked with them for a good 20 minutes. And I got to tell you, they're not big fans of the county government, which it shocks me every time I find somebody that doesn't like the county government. No, it doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me in the least bit. But yeah, they went through a lot of the stuff that we're going through and people that we know are going through, but they went through it 10 years ago. And it amazes me.
Yeah, 10 years ago, they taxed his semi truck trailer at $2,200.
No, that was last year.
That was last year.
They've got a white flatbed 350, and the personal property tax on it, they said, was $2,200, and they were like, yeah, you got to go get an agricultural license if you don't want to be charged that. You know, and it boggles my mind that people in government do that kind of stuff. Well, no, it doesn't boggle my mind. It's pretty much part and parcel. You know, but whenever the county commissioners tell you flat out that the only reason why they do permitting is so that they can get structures onto the county tax rolls, kind of tells you where they are.
Speaks volumes. They take aerial pictures of our properties to see what's been done. They they what's the other thing that they flat out in a meeting told all of us that we were nothing more than a credit card. We
Yeah,
should roll with
basically.
it. No, that's what he said. That is exactly what that attorney said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got video of it.
So it's not just us that feel this way. This is there's a lot of people around here. And they had a town hall meeting, and I did not go, and I did not go on purpose because I am supposed to be
low stress.
I am supposed to be low stress, and going to something like that is going to raise my stress level right now, and I don't need that. And on that front, I did talk to the doctor, and
are you gonna share with everybody what you're doing?
well, I got to get stents put in. I got
Tell them how many.
I got to get 10 stents put in, 8 to 10 stents. They're going to do it in 2 procedures, but it could be a permanent fix, or I may end up having to have heart surgery in 5 to 10 years. They don't know, but I'm finally, like I said last week, I'm finally eating a healthy lifestyle, and I'm losing weight. I went and I found, okay, this is so geeky. I apologize that I'm going to talk about this. I found pants. I went to the thrift store on the way home from the doctor's office, and I found a pair of Wrangler jeans with all the tags still on them, brand new at the thrift store for $15. And if you thrift in any time, that's like finding a unicorn. It really is.
I'm laughing because I wouldn't have started with I found pants. Although I have to wonder because he often just walks around in his underwear, even outside. It's
my property. People don't want to see me. Don't look on my property. They're lucky I'm not out there naked.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I stopped by because I needed some new pants for some new jeans for work, and I found some jeans at really good prices, and which kind of shocked me because number one, I'm not what you would call a regular size. I'm a little differently shaped than most people, but yeah, and the bad thing about it is that the size that I got is what fit me 6 months ago, and they were tight. I'm not gonna lie, they were tight 6 months ago, but now they're falling off my hips, which is a good thing.
Half Bogla Plum says that his brother just had 3 done in his heart, now saying he may need 5 in his leg. Dang.
Won't nail till the ultrasound. Oh, that's here's the deal. The original doctor told me that I won the genetic lottery with my heart, and he said even if I ate healthy with my family history, chances are that I would have had to have stents at some point anyway. So this doesn't surprise me. Excuse me, but it doesn't surprise me too, because I've been eating like crap my entire life. Even when I was losing weight on the carnivore diet, looking back, that for somebody with heart condition, that's not a good diet. And quite frankly, I don't understand how anybody can stay on it long term, because it seems like it's unsustainable.
Mm-hmm. And so now it's a scramble up and hurry because the date is quickly approaching. The hacks have graciously come over and are coming over and have offered to help us get the feeding system in that I can manage, because he won't be able to lift, feed, and do all of that.
I'll be able to lift it. I'll just have to lift it 5 pounds at a time.
Well, you're going to have a rest period.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Well, and rest period. So it's gonna be done on a Friday, and I like doing those things on Friday so I can recoup over the weekend and not lose any PTO time or sick time. The only time they could get me in is the Friday before Little Bit's birthday, and so looks like if I'm home Saturday, looks like Angela is gonna have
stay home.
You're not going to go down?
No, you cannot be left by yourself.
Yes, no,
you cannot. I'm not arguing with you on this.
I'll be out pouring concrete.
I'm going to kill you.
I'll be out pouring concrete like the last time
I had you out until you.
Oh, you do already,
pass
sweetheart.
Out.
You already. Everything around here stresses me out. Which is why I don't go to political meetings anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Guys, this is just part and parcel of getting old, right? This is just it's one of those things. We pay for the lifestyles we lived younger, and it made me who I am, and who I am in a couple of weeks is going to be who I am with 5 more stents in his chest. Gregory says they cracked him open like a walnut and did a triple bypass. Well, okay,
that's what they wanted to do.
Okay, so that was what they wanted to do, but the simple fact is I cannot afford to be down for 6 to 10 weeks until after I get the infrastructure completely so that she can handle this on her own, because we don't have the money. We don't have the money to pay somebody to come over and help. Right. So I got to get it so she can take care of it, which is possible. It's just a matter of making it so she doesn't have to lift 40-pound buckets of water and feed and all kinds of stuff. What are you looking at?
The new sweet potatoes started sprouting.
Yes, she's got all kinds of sweet potatoes sprouting over there. So if you go to Midwest Preparedness Festival, she's going to have sweet potato slips at the seed exchange on Friday.
Not a ton, because I got a lot sold.
Oh, do you? Speaking of selling with the animals, eggs. Finally getting eggs. Finally selling eggs. She's got a.
Man, my work is blowing me out. They're just every time I take eggs in, they're gone.
Well,
and then like today, I had 1 dozen left because Lisa took 2 dozen, and then I had 1 dozen left, but it was claimed for. But this was the second day in a row that he forgot them, so Julian bought them. And like they can't just sit on my desk; they gotta go.
That's right.
So he'll have to wait for the next round.
This is hacks.
Excuse me.
But yeah, and then we got turkeys sold, hopefully.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I have a meeting tomorrow.
Give me her email. I'll email her.
Okay.
But yeah, so hopefully we got some turkeys sold. So it's nice. We sold those last week, and not gonna lie, the extra money helps paying for stuff around here. In fact, the 5 sheep are paying for a new post hole digger, because mine seized up a couple of years ago, and Mr. Hacks took a look at it and he was like, yeah, it's not worth fixing. It's just, you're better off buying a new one.
And now a coworker's father and uncle are buying goat.
Yeah, they want to see about getting a goat.
Yeah, and so it's rolling good, rolling real good. Starting to look up now. If we can get the infrastructure done, we can advance.
Yeah. Well, and Francis, speaking about going back, not Francis, Traveler. Going back to talk about Traveler,
what happened to Francis?
No, nothing happened with Francis. Well, I was thinking Lola, Francis, and Traveler were the last 3 original animals, and Lola and Francis are the only 2 left. We've got a lot of second gen animals from the old place, but those were the only 2 original ones. But Francis, I said she really supplied us well in life, because she did. She made some really good babies. She made some
Francis.
Traveler. I'm sorry. So Traveler made some really good babies, and we sold them for meat. We butchered them for ourselves. When she passed, I was able, since she passed from old age, she didn't die of any illness or anything. I was able to butcher her out, and 30 days worth of food for the dogs. So even in death, she managed to help out the farm. And I put part of her in the garden just so she could be part of the garden. And then you got good news about hogs.
Oh yeah, we got hog coming, and then
for freezer camp.
And then as soon as he gets the gates up and everything else, I think between them and Nikki Scott, I think we'll be able to get what we want in here.
So Grateful Hearts is talking. We've got some pretty intense storms rolling in, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
If they roll in while we're talking and we'll
probably get cut off.
If we get cut off, that's what happened.
Yeah, these are severe carrying tornadoes and everything else. Right now, all of you that are in Kansas City, I'm assuming that's probably why we're not seeing Tiger. So she in St. Louis, that's right. I can't forget. Any other people that are in the KC area are probably not with us because they are under tornado warning, or they were. I'm not sure if that got extended or not.
Mrs. Hacks. Angela, Premier One lamb and bucket feeder is a game changer. I make half day of formula, pour the bucket and hang it up. They self-feed. I have twins in the loafing barn by themselves. Well, nice. We got extremely lucky this year. We had 2 partial bottle babies. They didn't have to come in the house. Well, Tubby was in here for about 3 days, but they both went outside, and I was able to feed them outside. So we haven't had. I think everybody's done having babies. I think I was out there, had them out on pasture this week. First time of the year I got them out on pasture. They've been out 3 days. They didn't get to go out tonight because I was doing something in here, but they were loving it. And we've got 5 sheep babies, 5 lambs, and 9 goats that are all less than 11 weeks old.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Julian's dad wants a ram, like a big one, like
a big goat. Okay. Well, we got 2 of them. One of them needs to go.
Yeah.
And I know which one too.
Yeah. Freezer camp.
Yeah. But we're finally doing homesteading stuff. We're finally making money after 5 years. We're finally moving forward. Financially it's sometimes it's tough, but this is a preparedness lesson here, guys. Budget. You got to have a good budget. You need to know where every single dollar of your paycheck's going before it hits your bank account. You need to follow it as much as possible. Her and I were talking. She got a firsthand lesson in tracking your money because her bank account does it automatically. And she said that she was shocked.
I didn't realize how much I was spending on going through getting pop at Sonic and breakfast burrito and that kind of thing. And so I was kind of like, whoa, that's where the majority of my money is going. Not good. And would also explain why I don't feel good a lot.
Yeah. She says a strong thunderstorm line going through Dallas too.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing I've noticed. We were talking about it last night, and if I eat too much wheat product in a day anymore, I feel sick to my stomach.
Me too.
And so it's kind of scary. We got a loaf of bread that you said you bought that what?
You said 2 weeks ago.
Well, even at 2 weeks, it's been sitting up on the top of the refrigerator for 2 weeks, and we're not eating it because we're both watching what we're eating.
And it looks like you could still buy it out of the store.
Yeah, it still looks fresh. It's kind of scary, to be honest with you. So we might be switching back over to making our own bread.
Yeah, because we can do sourdough and that kind of thing and be fine.
Well, and I got her to make it for a little while, but I was eating so much of it that I
had to stop making
it. It was hard for her to keep up because I was eating so much. Of course, I was also packing on the pounds like it was nobody's business. So those days are behind me, hopefully. Speaking of,
there's a bug in the greenhouse. It is not that
the
time
green
of year.
tent. Yes, it is. I got mosquito bit last night off the pond.
No.
Okay, let's do this. Half Bubble says being on one income now started this year at recording everything spent. That's good way to do it, man. I'm on the north end of your storm. The weather people keep interrupting the show. Sherry shows she's yelling at the TV every few minutes. Do you think wheat is different than it used to be? Absolutely. Bread these days, and the flour that she buys, the GP flour, the general purpose flour, is not the same. It's not even the same as it was 15, 20 years ago. But if you look at it, if you look at it historically, there's a YouTube channels and websites out there that literally document the way wheat has changed in America, how they've bred it.
It's because it's all GMO. That's why.
Yeah. So if you can find a grain supplier that does non-GMO heritage wheat, and you get yourself a grinder, which we've got one.
We've got one, and we have a supplier.
And we got a supplier. We've got years worth of flour saved up right now. Well, not years. That's probably
flour seed.
I'm talking about the GP stuff.
Berries.
But we always buy stuff in bulk. So we still got a bunch of it, and we got to go through it because I'm not throwing it away.
Oh, this stuff.
Yeah, the stuff used.
Well, but a lot of it, remember too, is the stuff that I get. Like I'll go up to Nebraska and stop at the Dutch pantry, or go to Missouri and do that. Go to the Amish country, and I can get what I need there already ground.
Paul says he has an order for 1,000 vegetables this year with
Nice.
local high-end nursery located 1,500 4-inch plastic pots for $60. Budget for profit.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
I've got to go out. My profitable gardening thing this year is I've got to go out and check my pawpaw seeds and my elm seeds, because I got some seeds, and
We gotta get pumpkin and watermelon in too.
it's still a little early for that.
And it feels like I got in the car and my thermometer read 91 degrees.
Well, I got home.
I like to die.
I got home and it was warmer outside than it was inside.
Well, that's because we have everything sealed up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep it sealed up for the summer because I'm liking it.
Yeah, that's when the heat gets in here and it heats everything up.
Well, hopefully the heat won't get in and if everything's sealed up.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
I don't know. Maybe after midnight pulling plastic.
Okay, I'm falling behind. Wheat has been hybridized, and now it's GMO no wheat. They spray glyphosate almost on all the bread.
Yep. Yeah, you can go over to Europe, and in Europe you can eat bread, and if you're glucose intolerant, that's not it. Bleh. If you have wheat issues and you can't do it, can't eat it, makes you sick, go gluten free. If you're gluten free, can't have gluten, you go over to Europe, you can eat bread all you want. They don't have it over there.
So I just had to look up what Gregory posted. That's and Mississippi said it too. I did not know the strain of wheat you guys were talking about, but that's, if anybody doesn't know, that's one of the oldest cultivated strains of wheat in the world.
Yeah, the wheat berries that we get, the original family actually, so they're in Kansas and they're still growing them, and their family brought those seeds over from Europe in 1880s, sometime in there.
Yeah. Oh, Lynn points something out. The Portage literally saved millions of lives by creating GMO wheat. Big ag, everything. In fact, I've got a video coming out on Thursday morning about fertilizer production right now. And one of the things, the big ag and the fertilizer and everything, this is what allows the big cities to operate at the level they do. All right. And it's brought a lot of people out of poverty because it's given them cheap food and it allows them to survive. Good point. But at some point oh gosh, how do I say this so I don't sound like a maniac?
Well, I can say this, and I'll say this. So yes, I see your point, and I understand that, but that is also one of the reasons why poor people that are lower income, most of them weigh over 300 pounds.
Well, that and access to all kinds of stuff with corn syrup in it.
Right. Yeah, they're getting calories, but they're not getting nutrition.
Mrs. X says, try sunflower meal, 100% heritage organic, and no glyphosates and no additives or preservatives. Been using this lately. Dr. Leanne and Doug Nadine both told me about it. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I need to get with Doug and find out, or I'm probably meeting, and then or Tiffany, and find out. Apparently, there's a bakery in Topeka that does all like gluten-free stuff. They got sourdough breads and all kinds of stuff. Well, it would just be convenient. If
isn't sourdough naturally gluten-free?
Yes.
Let's see here. Is she look up the book Flour, Water, Salt, and Yeast? 4 ingredients, many types of bread, just varying timing and temps. My favorite bread book is the Encyclopedia of Bread, and it's got over 360 different recipes for different types of breads, dessert breads.
Don't we have the bread Bible back there too?
Yeah, the bread Bible. No, they should be up here. They should be at both those.
And the bread Bible is not up here. I think it's in the library.
But yeah, it's a really good. I ought to put that in the Amazon store because, in fact, that's what I basically learned to cook bread with. Not learn because I knew how my mom and I used to bake bread when I was a kid, but it's just I relearned. I reawakened it, my artisan spirit. How's that sound?
You sound like a dork.
I am a dork. Just providing some history. I don't eat that crap. But natural selection took a back seat.
Yeah, right.
Yankees always got those. Always got something to say like that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Yankee, we're going to be in your neck of the woods come this summer, June.
What?
Yankees from Colorado.
July.
Yeah, we're going to be down. We're going to be down by South Fork.
4th through the, not the 4th. Something through the 12th. Maybe it is the 4th through the 12th. I don't know. I have to look.
South Fork, Beaver Creek. The
cabin we got is in South Fork.
It's in that same place we got it last time.
I tried. We couldn't get that one, so this is a new one. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get her. While we're there, we're gonna go whitewater rafting on the Rio Grande.
I cannot whitewater raft.
Neither can I.
No jeeping either.
They didn't have Jeeps last time we were out there.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Didn't we go with your sister?
That was the time before.
Oh, well, good. Then we won't be missing anything.
Gregory says Pleasant Hill Grain here in Henderson, Nebraska has a large amount of non-GMO grains.
Yeah, that's why I'll drive up to Nebraska and get that wheat.
Well, and I used to stuff. I love bread, and I used to stuff my face with it, and I can't do it.
That's why I was hoping that we could meet in Nebraska to bring you the water heater. I had plans.
The Bread Baker's Apprentice is an excellent book, but it uses weight, not cups.
Weight's good. Weight's perfect. I actually prefer weight than cups.
All right, Yankee. We'll see what the family's doing. We're spreading my dad's ashes. He's coming out of the closet finally. So yeah, my sister's got his ashes and they've moved like 3 times since he passed away.
Well, now he's living in the cabinet above the refrigerator.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he in the cabinet?
And then to make matters worse, she thought it would be really sweet when we did his ashes. When we had his funeral, she thought it would be really sweet for us to split him apart. And so he's in 2 separate urns. He's not even together. And we didn't keep them because neither G and I, G just wasn't having that. Let's put it that way. It was keep them together.
Yeah.
Put him at your house.
And then she forgot him at the funeral home.
And then she forgot him at the funeral home. So I had to go get him. Oh my gosh.
This is my family. This is what it's like being in my family.
Well, it was all the family members were there, and so everybody got distracted. Weren't we going out? We were going out to eat.
Yeah, we were going out to eat.
So we were trying to hurry.
Yankee says he's got to spread his mom too at some point. Yeah, Gregory, just email me.
Come on up. You might as well join us.
You got my email, so just email me when you want to do that. End of this month's not a good time though.
Do what? Spread his mom's ashes?
No, Gregory with the hot water heater.
Oh, with the hot water here, yeah.
I put it in the outbuilding, so it's out of the weather and it's just waiting for you, patiently waiting for you.
No, out in the weather, but it's covered and we were taking care of it. And
it's in the outbuilding.
Oh, is it in the outbuilding?
It's in the weather. Yeah.
And then I got the manual, all the paperwork and everything together.
Got another video coming for you too. Was telling you about the fertilizer video. Got another video coming for you. I notice this box is empty. The empty box.
I see the empty box.
I finally got that reverse osmosis system put in. I got a video in the works. I need to get it edited and get it up. So I'm gonna have it up this week.
It was like parking a Mercedes Benz in a chicken coop.
Yes, it was. Because I'm not gonna lie. I'm preview what I said in the video. I was really impressed with it.
Oh yeah, so good.
Now the recommending it, I'm guardedly cautious that it's going to work out, but I'm not. The only thing I'll say is go check out their website.
As of right now, I would 100% recommend it. It's also just installed.
Yeah.
So let us use it a bit and we'll do a follow-up video. But as of right now, I love it. In fact, I've got my dad talked into, we're going to try to get him one for the RV. So, yeah. And the water tastes so good. So
It tastes like it came out of the Berkey.
I think it tastes better than the Berkey.
Except it's cool.
So I think the Berkey water tastes a little sweet to me. That water does not taste sweet to me. It tastes like water.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know why, but and I've been cooking with that water, and everything tastes better. The pasta's better. I did stuffed mushrooms, and like I've done stuffed mushrooms before, and I did these stuffed mushrooms, and then I ate them, and I saved one for him, and I let him have the one, and I could hear him in the kitchen. Oh my God, you gotta get more mushrooms. And so I went and got more mushrooms, and this time I made it a little bit different, and God, it was good. And anyway, I used that water, and you can really, it doesn't saturate the flavors. You can really taste everything that is in there.
Oh, you're gonna miss the calcium and iron, though.
No, I really don't.
I was joking. I'm not gonna miss it. Listen, the calcium is so bad in the water here, the rural water system, that without being filtered coming into the house, when did we put the hot water heater in? January. Put it in mid-January, and while we were installing it, I took the shower apart and I soaked everything in CLR to get all the calcium off of it. It's already the nozzles are already starting to get clogged up. You know, so yeah, it's
just gonna have to be a monthly thing.
It's extremely hard.
Yeah, our dishwasher is broken because of the hard water, and all of our neighbors complain about it. We all have the same issue, so we all wash our dishes by hand. So, which stinks when I do a big cook day, because it's cook a meal, wash dishes, cook a meal, wash dishes, cook a meal, wash dishes, and repeat.
Okay, great. Do you have to up your water pressure to make it work?
No.
If I remember correctly, the water pressure has to be at either 60 or 80 psi. I think it's 80. No, it's 60 psi.
Did you up our water pressure?
No, we didn't have to.
Yeah.
We didn't have to. We didn't have to up our water pressure for the hot water heater or the RO system. Yeah, I know. Apparently, that's an issue at some places, or with some RO systems.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a higher water pressure to push it through the membrane. Now we'll see as the filters get closer to being changed. We'll see if that makes a difference.
And an excellent feature on this one is that it backwashes itself.
Yeah, it's got an automatic backwash, 30 seconds every 12 hours.
Which is funny because it's literally at the 12th hour. It's when I'm waking up for work and when I get home from work.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, you can hear it. It hums a little bit over by the sink.
So be on the lookout for that. It's probably going to come out Friday, because I already got one scheduled for Thursday, and I just don't.
And we got a link for you guys so you can go in there and go shopping and see. And if there's several different types that run several different gallons through it, depending on what you use. I got the larger system. And then what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, you make sure you use our link. Did you get our link?
Yes, it's going to be down in the. It's going to be down in the.
It'll be in the video.
In the description.
Nice. So there you go. There you go.
Speaking of money-making projects, well, this isn't really a money-making project. I hope I hope it is, but it's not going to be. Just it's not. Len can attest to this. Working on the book, working with the publisher. She hasn't seen this yet, so this is a world premiere. Hang on, guys.
Oh, did they get the cover done?
Well, they sent me a mock-up.
All right.
Okay, so let's see here.
Where'd it be? What'd you do with it?
Hang on.
Oh, you got to get it to go.
Oh, hang on, guys. I'm being. Let's see. Share screen. Window. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Ooh, I love it.
That is the. Here, let me make that full screen. That is the proposed cover for the book.
I like that.
She likes it.
Is your
I like
name
it.
Grumpy G?
Yep, I'm doing it. I'm doing it under Grumpy G. It is a nice cover. It's very well done, and it's hard to see. I'm sure it's hard to see on your screen, but
who's the picture of on the
that's
back?
just a placeholder.
Oh, that'll be your picture.
Yeah.
I gotta find a good picture of you.
But okay, here's the deal. There's something wrong with it.
What?
And I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at it for about 2 hours while I was working because I was doing something that I was stuck at my desk, and I was like, oh, there's just something not right with it. Just something wasn't sitting right.
Did you find a flaw?
Well, it's not really a flaw. It's not really a flaw.
What did you find?
There's no tension.
What do you mean there's no tension?
There's no tension.
I don't understand.
So it's just a plain old cityscape. The book is about preparing for whenever systems collapse or fail.
I thought you said you didn't want that feel.
Well, no, I didn't want an apocalyptic feel.
Right.
So I played around and I came up with that one.
I don't understand. What's the
Oh
difference?
no, that's the wrong one.
I was like, what's the difference?
Oh,
Were you trying to take credit
sorry,
for
guys.
what the editor did?
no, mock-up redesign. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Oh, you put it dawn instead. You made it dawn instead of night.
Right.
Which night? Dawn was the one that I picked, and you said you weren't sure.
Well, hang on, guys. So here is. Well, where is the?
Of course, you know all disasters happen at night.
Nope, that's not it. Well, where is the dang thing showing up? Cancel. Cancel. Oh, there's the problem. I got too many open. It's a good thing. Good thing I'm trying to become an author, because apparently my IT skills are
Dwindling.
Yeah, see, it's not there.
No.
Okay, boom.
I like the one they did.
Image file.
So, because we went through, it was fun. Went through and looked at colors and all of that, and the meaning behind the colors, the psychology behind it. And I think the cover that they picked nailed it.
There we go. There we go. That's the redesign that I made. There's a little bit more tension there.
That's the picture I originally picked that you
No,
weren't
it's
sure
not.
you liked.
It's not the same picture. It's not the same picture. But the back cover is a little bit different. But there's a little bit more tension there. There's a little bit more dawn breaking over a city coming away from the storm, which is kind of what the book is about. So what do you guys think? So the first one, the original one they sent, or the second one? Put a 1 in there if you like the first one, like Angela liked, or put a 2 in there if you like the one with more tension.
Oh, you got to turn the lights off in the buildings.
Turn the lights off in the building. And I did. The original design had a lot more lights on, and I turned them down.
Gregory says 1 or 2.
Either 2. He's got 1 or 2, and he said 2. So
That's probably so.
he likes the second one.
They're probably they're probably split.
Mrs. Hacks, 1 or okay. Mrs. Hacks likes 2. Half Bubble likes 2. Grumpy G is good at. Well, Paul, I talked to the publishers about that, and the design team said that if everybody knows me on the preparedness circuit and they know me in the community by Grumpy or Grumpy G, I needed to stick with it.
Yeah. And that's how everybody knows us, Yoda and Grumpy.
Well, and Yankee, the other one's a good design. It is a good design, but there's just it wasn't exactly what I was looking for.
All right, we'll send him over too. Did you send him over the second one already?
Not yet, because I wanted to see what you thought.
It looks like 2, is it?
I wanted to include the people in the chat in the publishing process.
Right.
I wanted them to see him
Right.
and help me make a decision. I was leaning towards 2 anyway, but I wanted to make sure that I was making the right choice.
Okay. And 2 is more similar to what I chose originally. Mm-hmm. But I do like what they picked too. So
no, it's very clean. It's very well done.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can think of is 2 is going to cost more money to print.
Probably.
But hey, if we want a good quality product, we got to pay the price. You pay for what you get. Cheap is cheap.
Okay.
So that's where we are. It's on track to
May.
Be published sometime in April. So it's still good. And then I'm working on the second book for the series too. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you're working fast on that one.
I would have put a lightning bolt through the center with lights on in one half and lights off in the other half. That was one of the suggestions that came up, and I was like, the thing about it is you want to it's psychological. The whole picture on the book is psychological, and it's meant to get people to pick it up and to convey what the book is about. And I started thinking about that. I was doing I've done a lot of research over the past couple of weeks about book covers, especially when I was going to self-publish, and the psychology behind it. Man, you don't know exactly how much you're being manipulated. Seriously. And I had a conversation with somebody about that today.
Start back with CIA, clear back 1930.
Oh yeah, way before that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody posted a video in a group that I'm in, firefighters using straps to haul people out of buildings, and it was 2 females and a male. The male was the victim. And I'm watching, and it was a good video. If I can find the link for it, I'll get it posted, because the information in the video was really good, really good from a first aid standpoint. But there's always a but.
Always a but.
I could not help, after I watched the video, I could not help thinking to myself, statistically, how many females are firefighters in the entire nation? That they had to put out a video with a majority of the people in the video as female. And maybe it was just because they were photogenic. I don't know. But it seems to me that there was a little bit of subtle programming in there trying to get people to accept tiny female firefighters as being normal and being safe. And I'm not dissing any woman that's a firefighter or a paramedic, and I'm not dissing them. God bless them for doing what they do.
I think as a paramedic, that's fine. I think as a firefighter, it's a different story.
Well, and if they can physically do it, they can physically do it,
mm-hmm.
right? So,
but the medical equipment and all of that stuff as a paramedic makes it easier to.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. There's a little bit of social engineering going on in that video, just like there's social engineering going on in all kinds of commercials of the worst. She hates it when I sit down and watch TV with her, because I've always got a comment to make. Because once you open that door and you go through it, you can't unsee everything on
See
his
what
side.
Yankee said? Yankee said that's why there were two. With all of his gear on is 300 pounds.
No, they were doing it. They were doing it one at a time, and he didn't have his gear on. He did not have his gear on. So, again, a little bit of social engineering going on, trying to normalize that. And without getting into politics, I want you guys to think about everything that they're trying to normalize. Starlin.
What'd she say?
Actually, it's only like the worst one was 85%. The worst one was 85%.
Thought it was 87.
And it was 85%. But there were several of them at 85%. And it's over the last 6 months, it's really gotten to me, and it fatigues me, and it makes it so
it's going to be a robot man in no
What are you
time.
doing?
Oh yeah, crap on you.
I don't want anyone on the hose line that can't drag me out, or that is so big I can't drag out.
Right.
I used to run an annual agility test for my FD. Same standards for all. Either you can do it or not.
Right.
Well, HG, there's a lot of departments out there where that's not the case. Auctions heavily discounted, 70 to 90%. That's where she buys clothes. Starla must be catching up.
That's fine.
Quality is like buying cats. If you want
oats.
nice, clean cat,
Buying oats.
Oh, I got that's.
If you want nice, clean oats, they come at a premium. If you get the ones that have been through a horse, they are cheaper.
Oh, okay. Now there's not a big fingerprint right in the middle of the lens.
Same with Frontline Combat. Yeah. I remember the big deal when the women started going on the ships. Oh, my dad. Oh my gosh. He just went on and on and on. And I couldn't blame him. And I was just like, okay, this will be interesting. I don't see what these women are going to be able to do. And the first last pack that they did with women on it, almost all of the women came back pregnant.
It's like that every time.
There were divorces everywhere.
It's like that every time women get on ships.
Right.
They actually had master at arms standing in front of the passageway that led to the female birthing area.
Oh my gosh.
So that people couldn't sneak in and out. They literally had 24-hour guards on them.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
You can't defend our country if you're giving birth.
But, well, that horse has left the barn. Oh, well, do you got anything else homestead wise?
I don't think so. I think pretty much I've just been minding my P's and Q's, taking care of sweet potatoes, getting soil mended for starting
potatoes?
plants.
Who's the sweet potatoes you're taking care of?
What?
Pet name for somebody?
No, my sweet potato.
Oh, okay.
Trying to keep everybody alive and growing and trimmed and propagating. And then I got soil ready. So Garen's got soil ready to get his loofah in for the seed and plant swap at Midwest. I can see right now I need to get one of the jars of roots out of the grow light. It's not in the grow light, but the roots are really, really long, and I'm going to get root bound if I don't get those separated in a way. So
do I need to pull out more jars for you?
Yes.
Oh, you got jars over there.
I got jars over here for right now, but I will need jars eventually, and possibly another greenhouse.
Yeah, there's no more room in here for.
Well,
it's going to be warm. It's going to be warm in the next couple of weeks. Where
these can't be sold until May.
It's going to be warm, so you'll be able to move some of them outside.
Oh, true that. Okay.
To the real greenhouse.
Yeah, that'll work. So that's all we got going on here. I mean, just to catch up on that. Oh, my interview. Keep praying on that one. It got moved from Friday to tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of glad that it did get moved because there's some things that have happened that I'm seeing that I think will help me in my interview. So I don't want to see anymore just because I don't know who's watching. And so I don't want anybody to steal my ideas. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I was getting some anxiety today because I was like, oh my gosh, that's tomorrow. And I do every time. I psych myself out and I get all irritated, and then I'm an excellent interview, and it usually works out in the end. But anyway, we'll see. Not always. It doesn't always work out.
Starla, I've had 2, but they were minor ones.
He's had 2. So now he'll be at 10 or 12.
Hey, I'll win the stint war.
You will. Except now Darren's kind of in a new category.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. He can play that game by himself.
Right.
Same with Jeff. He can play that. Well, I don't know. I might be playing the
You
same
might
game.
be playing the same game as Jeff.
Same game as Jeff.
We'll know come the fall. But anyway, so did they say the fall,
No,
or they've extended it?
The stints may be a permanent fix.
That's what you keep saying. You also keep thinking you're coming home Friday night.
I am coming home Friday.
Okay. You're not checking yourself
They
out of the
can't
hospital.
stop me.
I can.
You're not going to stay down.
I'll drive off without you.
I'll get an Uber.
You're not going to pay for an Uber.
I'll get an Uber.
So full of it. So anyway, so yeah, it's 8:55. So I'm sorry I was here for a short time with y'all, but I don't know. I just come walking in, and then it's like, oh, so I got to kind of shake off my day and then move forward. And I don't know what in the world is going on today, but people are just not. They're in a hurry. I think people are stressed. I think they're in a hurry and just not slowing down and taking a deep breath. And so today was a lot of de-escalating and a lot of hang on, just slow down, take your time. I'm not in a hurry.
Mississippi says you can't leave in an Uber. You tried.
Oh.
Hey, I don't want to hear it, Mississippi. I worked at a hospital for 17 years. We had a guy that was a double amputee that left the hospital.
Without his legs.
Without his leg. Well, no, they took his legs away from him when he came back.
Oh, I thought he didn't have them.
No, he got caught by Kansas City PD because he was walking down a main thoroughfare with two artificial legs and a hospital gown. And that was a very interesting. I heard the conversation with the chief of nursing when that happened. And apparently whenever the police department calls your hospital and they go, hey, are you missing a patient? Well, no. Well, we got a guy down here with a Truman hospital gown on with no underwear. And it's like, oh crap. So they found the guy. So to keep him from running away again, they took his legs away from him.
So I guess the moral of the story, I could just take your clothes with me. Then you'd only have a hospital gown.
I'm not gonna have a problem walking out naked. It's gonna be warm.
I don't think they'd let you out naked.
Knuckle and butt. I know that. I know.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Right.
So you're gonna move on to
I guess I'm
politics?
gonna let everybody in chat drive because
Anymore, you're not doing the research. Like you know what's going on, but you're not doing the research, so you don't get upset.
Yeah, I don't do. I had for the last several weeks. I haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
Missing patient, not at all. Don't miss him a bit. Glad he's gone. Yeah, there were some people in the hospital like that too.
Right. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let him move on. So it was great seeing everybody. Great talking to everybody. We'll see you next week. And tomorrow, be at least 10% better today. Yet tomorrow than you were today. I think I can get it. I'm brain dead. It's been a long day. All right, guys. Peace out.
I'm going to start off. I'm going to start off with, man, some people need to freaking loosen up. That's just plain and simple. That people need to loosen up. So who put a 1 in the chat if you saw the International Women's Day short that I put up.
Are you still on that?
You know what? It's not that it irritates me. It's just that it's a little, I don't understand it. Let's put it that way. View my channel. Let's see. No, I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to. Okay. So Mississippi saw it. So at least one person saw it. Okay, if you didn't see it, Angela was in the kitchen, and I walked up and I said, "Hey, it's International Women's Day. You know how I know you didn't know?" And she goes, "How?" And I go, "Because you didn't make me a sandwich." Six seconds long. It was funny. Even Angela laughed when I showed it to her after I filmed it, before I posted it.
I laughed at you while you were saying it.
But that is as far as likes and dislikes go, that is the worst performing video that I've ever done out of almost 500. No, more than that. I'm up closer to 700 shorts and videos now. That is the worst one. Fully 25%, last time I checked, of the people that watched that disliked it. Now, in my mind's eye, I've got this mental image of the people that clicked dislike on it, thumbs down. Now, mind you, the average viewing of it was 120%, which means that a very large portion of people that watched it at least a second time. All right. And it was probably the people that thumbs down it, because they had to go back. It went by so fast, they had to watch it again so they could thumbs down it. The mental picture I've got is some women probably with either colored hair and big glasses and a nose ring, or some gray-haired Karen that looks like she sucked on a lemon wedge or smelled something nasty. Those are the type of people I envision clicking no on, or clicking down on that, because they have no sense of humor. That's because people, the left is not funny. By and large, the left is not funny. Now, I will say this: credit where credit's due. There are some comedians out there that do lean left, that put out some funny stuff. You know, that little nugget comes out every now and then that's truly funny. But for the most part, the left. That's why the left can't make memes. It's because they aren't funny. They inject their moralizing virtue, their virtuous moralizing, into their comedy, and it's just simply not funny. So, you know, they need to loosen up, man. There's a lot of people that need to loosen up. Now, let's give equal time. There are segments of the right, conservatives and patriots, that are the same way. If it comes to the left, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be funny as hell. They're gonna hate it. They need to loosen up too. And if you're one of those people, suck it, loosen up. All right. I will say this though. I know for a fact that the people like that on the right are a much smaller percentage of the population than the people that lean to the more leftist side. There's a lot less unfunny people in what I consider my nation than there are in that other nation, right? So there's the one thing. So people just need to loosen up. What else? What else happened this week? Somebody died. I don't remember.
I think a few people died.
A lot of people died this week. Okay, Paul, take it easy. Probably need to bed, get his beauty sleep. It's getting late on the East Coast, man. It's almost 11.
No, it's almost 10 o'clock on the East Coast. It is 10 o'clock on the East Coast.
I'm still George Carlin, Robin Williams, Sam Kinison, Gallagher, Ron White style of comedy. Oh yeah. Bill, what's his name? The guy from Texas that died from cancer. He was hilarious. That dude was probably my favorite. I can't remember his name right now. He was only around for 2 or 3 years before he died of cancer, but he was funny. That is how I met you. Everyone thought you were a woman hater. Too funny. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the reason. That's the reason why it was so funny, because there's a large, and I tell that joke. I tell that story to everybody. So everybody on the festival circuit knows that joke, or knows that story from me. It's an inside joke, which makes it that much funnier. Okay, Anti's throwing something out there to talk about. Let me be very clear. The SAVE Act does not prohibit anyone from voting. The exception is illegal aliens. Okay. So let's talk about the SAVE Act. How inherently racist is it to say out loud, well, people like that aren't smart enough to vote. They're not.
That was the most absurd thing.
They aren't smart enough to get an ID. How malignantly racist is that? But they say that with full moral authority and think that they're 100% correct about it. You know, and my problem is just as much with the Republican leaders in Congress as it is with the Democrats, because if the Republicans just followed the rules of the Senate, this would be done by now. But, and here's the problem. And again, here's a good lesson. In order for them to use the talking filibuster, all the Republicans have to be available to vote within about 5 minutes of the last person that talks. It's 5 or 10 minutes. It's a very short time window, but they have to be available and they have to be there to vote. So you got a bunch of Republicans that the SAVE Act is not important enough to them that they'll be there and they'll sacrifice. You know, it's just it's amazing to me that these guys they can't find it in themselves to put in the effort on our behalf. But come time for election, time for donations, man, they'll be there. Hey, look what we did. We fought it. We couldn't do anything. That Reagan once said, that's the problem with the liberals. They know so much that isn't so. Yeah. HG says he saw a dwarf climbing down a prison wall. I thought to myself, well, that's a little condescending. But I'm bumped. Paul says, I really try to limit my exposure to socialist crap. Not good for me anymore. When you get older, you don't need the drama and agitate my state of mind. Right. You're living in the wrong place, bub. That was we were in Connecticut and Massachusetts, what, 15 years now? It's been a while since we were back there, and it was leaning that way.
No, it's been more longer than that. The kids are older than that.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah.
It's been 20 years since we were back east.
Yeah, more than 20.
Which is a shame. You know, it's a shame too, Paul, because New England, you know, the Boston area, that is a gorgeous area. Boston is a lovely city, in my opinion.
I heard a warning yesterday.
What'd you hear?
On the radio not to travel to New England because some areas are dangerous.
Getting bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost as many Somalis in New England and Minnesota as there are in Somalia. Yeah, when we went to Boston, we stayed at the was it a Hilton or Holiday Inn?
It was the oil.
The one that's out.
Western, the oil.
It's outside the loop, and it's the one that was the old oil tank. It's round and brick. That was fun.
And we took the kids on the metro everywhere.
Yep. We had it. That was probably one of our best family vacations.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about when we went and saw James and Catherine. That was over 25 years ago. But no, you're right. The kids were older then. We were living in Pleasant Hill when we went to Boston.
But yeah, you know, but I'm with you, Paul. The just doesn't. I'm trying to limit myself. I still do YouTube at work, but I try to listen to audiobooks or something that is non-political, something that, you know, history subject or something like that, just because it's not worth it. It's not worth it getting upset. And since I started doing that, I'm in a much better mood all the time. Well, I got to tell you this, guys, I couldn't sleep last night because it was 10 o'clock here, but my body was still saying it was 9. So I was awake and I was watching videos. They were like the top 10 songs from 1984 and the top 20 songs from it's all these 80s, all the 80s years. And I'm listening to these songs and I'm referencing my life according to these songs, where I remember these songs, where I was in my life. And I got to tell you, man, my teenage years were not as good as I remember them being when I really started looking at it through that lens and analytically. It was like, oh, that song was big when I was in a breakup. That song was big when this happened. That song, and I was like, it's like, man, this is really taking the shine off the 80s, But it is what it is, right? We always look back and do it. We always look back and look at it differently. Anti says the education system is designed to weed out people that are independent, people who think for themselves, people who don't want to surrender to the system. Well, and that's one of the things. So my eldest graduated in 2012, and my youngest graduated in 2016.
Forget about your mind. Ian was 2011 and Lexi was 2015.
Oh, I was off a year. I'm sorry. At least I got him. I got him in the right order. But that was one thing that we noticed from the time he graduated and the time she graduated. The school quit teaching critical thinking in that time, and it was noticeable. It was extremely noticeable. And they just don't do it anymore. My dad got out of teaching 2006. Was that when he got out? But he'd been teaching since the mid 50s. I think he started teaching in 56. So he was at it for like 60 years. But he got out because No Child Left Behind passed. And he saw where it was going. Huh?
It caused him to get in a lot of trouble.
But he saw where it was going. And you look at it now. I was talking to an 8th grade teacher here at one of the local schools just last week. And he was complaining because he can't teach certain things because it goes against the teaching for the competency tests they have to take to get their funding and everything. So, it is an issue. The education system is an issue. That's why I'm a big proponent of school choice and homeschooling. Let's see here. We amused each other last night trying to recite nursery rhymes. Some versions were very interesting. God, I don't even think I could tell you any nursery rhymes. I could tell you that I give you the general gist of it. But I don't know if I could do an actual nursery rhyme anymore.
There was a man from Kentucky.
Okay, that's not a nursery rhyme. Well, think about this. You can go look this up. This is factual. So J.R.R. Tolkien wrote The Hobbit with preteens in mind, 12-year-olds. You go look that up. That is 100% truthful. and put a 1 in the chat if you've read The Hobbit. You know the story I'm talking about. Well, anyway, my kids grew up on Harry Potter when it was brand new, and I was.
They read The Hobbit.
And
they read The Hobbit.
Well, they read The Hobbit too, but I was reading Harry Potter to them because they were that preteen demographic.
Ian has been reading Harry Potter since the first book came out.
And I refused to read anymore. I read the first one to him, and I refused to read anymore to him because it was so bad. And if you compare the first book in the Harry Potter series against The Hobbit, which are geared at the same demographic, it's like night and day. The dumbing down that Harry Potter presents is it's shocking. It's completely shocking. Oh, Mississippi says he just read it. I read it not too long ago. I think I read it about 6-7 months ago. It's a good quick read. But it's like that with a lot of stuff. I look at the media that they consume and everything. It's not the same.
Dumbing down.
Angela's waving her phone. Yeah. So all you people that are watching on your phones, you're falling victim to
I'm
it.
talking about kids.
Oh, she's talking about kids, not you guys. You guys aren't being dumbed down by
adults can be responsible.
I grew up on Narnia, Lord of the Rings, Agony and the Ecstasy, Hardy Boys. I never did read any of the Narnia books. I just was not into it. In fact,
Hardy Boys was awesome.
the only the only fantasy that I ever read when I was a kid was Tolkien.
Party Boys is mystery.
Of course, I read 1984 when I was like 14. So if that tells you that, when I was like, I liked war novels and history books and post-apocalyptic stuff. Paul, let's see, Somalis are in Maine. Reality outside the major cities is quite normal. At least no one admits to being a liberal. You can tell the Subaru is a dead giveaway. That was one of the things I was laughing at. I was laughing when we were up there visiting former friends. You know, how many Subarus were up there. She says Narnia is not really fantasy. It's it's an allegory, but it's fantasy based. I mean, you got talking lions and fantasy style creatures, so it's technically fantasy. You know, but yeah, I just was never into that kind of. I was into Mac Bolan, the Executioner, and the books like Earth Abides and The Last Babylon and Hemingway, a lot of the Bolo series. You know, those are all good books for me. Nancy, yeah, you know, I never could get into Nancy Drew or the Hardy Boys, which is amazing to me because my mom when I was a kid actually had some first edition Nancy Drew books.
So that's why you make fun of me for watching.
I could never get into it. I was more about blowing stuff up than finding solutions. Actually, that was the solution.
Blowing stuff up.
You know, when I from a very early age, I came to the there you go. Now she's talking my stuff. Yep. I've still got a crossover a comic book of the Micronauts and the Swamp Thing. Two of my favorite intellectual properties there. They did a crossover comic book where the Micronauts appeared in the Swamp Thing. It's an awesome. In fact, it's probably the only comic book I've got. I got some adult ones back there too, like Heavy Metal and what was the other one? There's one that was only out for about 12 issues that was great, but it was kind of like Weird Stories. It was kind of like Weird Stories in comic book or comic book fashion. You know, but times change, right? So we can't be standing here screaming at them, get off my lawn, right? We just don't want to be doing that. So what else is going on out there that we could talk about? All right. Iran. Okay, this may upset some people. Okay. Trump is on the verge of losing me with Iran. Okay. First, let me say it's long overdue. I talked about it last week. We're finally getting the pound of flesh that Iran owes us, or the Islamic Republic owes us, right? So I'm cool with that. The bombing, I don't have a problem with the bombing. My problem lies in the fact that they're doing this, and it's beginning to look like they are going to leave the Iranian people high and dry. You know, there's reports coming out of Iran that the Basti, that's the dudes in the black pajamas riding around on motorcycles. Well, they're literally driving around the cities. Tehran is where I heard the report from. And they're literally just randomly shooting into apartment buildings and telling people if they come outside, they will kill them. Right? They don't have the population there does not have weapons to take out the regime, right? And if Trump walks away, they do a George Bush and they accomplish their mission and they walk away from it and don't help the Iranians free themselves, Trump is going to lose me. And here's why. Because I sat there, and I've told this story before. I apologize if you've heard it. I sat there in the aftermath of the first Gulf War, manning a surface radar, watching Iraqi helicopters on the radar screen attack the Marsh Arabs after George W. Bush encouraged them to revolt against Saddam Hussein, and we left them out there to dry. And Saddam Hussein ended up killing over 100,000 of them. Now, the Islamic regime, even before the bombing started, had killed 34,000 people by all reports in the run up, the riots that they were having, the demonstrations. The Iranian people need our help. Now, I'm not advocating boots on the ground. I'm not advocating an invasion of Iraq by ground forces, but they need to figure out a way to help them overthrow the government, whether it's bombing the crap out of the IGRC and the Bashi battalions and stuff, or it's getting CIA operatives in there to help them get weapons and foment unrest. They need to do something because they cannot leave them hanging. And if Trump does that, he's lost me. All right. And boots on the ground, that's probably a hard stop too. But I hate to be like that because I think what they're doing is right. It's long overdue. Here's the way I create the bombing of Iran right now. So you got a neighbor, and this neighbor routinely screams at you that he's going to kill you, and he throws rocks at your house all the time, and anybody that you're friends with, he bullies them. Do you sit back and you just let it go on? Do you kick the can down the road for 40 years, 45 years, or was it 47 years? Do you kick the can down the road, or do you take care of it? Well, the IDF and Trump are taking care of it right now. And it needs to be taken care of because it is an American interest. I don't care what anybody says. It is an American interest for them to dismantle the IGRC and free the Iranian people, because eventually they would attack America. And the fact that they're lobbing bombs at everybody within reach, or they're lobbing missiles at them, says exactly what kind of regime it is. And I'm telling you right now, this is not fear porn. I'm not trying to blackpill you here. You need to be ready, because there are an estimated 200,000 jihadis within the confines of the United States that the Biden administration let in over the last 4 years, the 4 years of their occupation in the White House. And so the fact that something has not happened is kind of shocking to me. So just be ready. Again, like I said, back when we bombed their nuclear sites, have your head on a swivel and be on the lookout anytime you're any place where you may become a target. Let's see, I will have to really, would you trust the IDF? Here's the deal. Do I trust them to work in the best interest of America? No. I trust the IDF to work in the best interest of Israel. I would expect nothing less from them. Just as I truly wish that American politicians would use American troops for what's best for America. Now, that doesn't mean that what Israel wants and what America wants can't coincide. It's in their mutual interest to take care of Iran. And the good thing about the way Iran's reacting is that the other Gulf nations are finally understanding what kind of existential threat the Islamic Republic is. And I'm going to say Islamic Republic because it's not the Iranian people that are doing this. If you look back in the history of the Islamic Revolution, they literally imported foreign Arabs into Iran after the revolution happened to act as a security force. There was Hezbollah and Hamas. Well, no, Hamas didn't exist. It was Hezbollah and the PLO. The PLO was on the ground in Iran whenever they took the American embassy staff hostage. So yeah, okay. Something happened, and something has. Okay, so yes, it has happened, but those aren't the type of attacks I'm talking about. I'm talking about big coordinated. I mean, for God's sake, the guy threw 2 bombs and neither one of them went off. Now they did say that the explosive used in the bombs was a signature of the large jihadi organizations, same type of explosives. But those are lone wolf attacks. I'm talking, a coordinated attack on the energy infrastructure, or a coordinated attack on like a mass casualty attack that attacks first responders as a follow-up attack, those types of attacks. How many soldiers and helicopters did we lose when we tried to rescue the hostages? They lost, I want to say mid-20s. They lost a C-130 and 2 helicopters. That was during actually one of my teachers when I was in high school was actually on the planning staff for that. He was in Air Force at the time, and he was on the planning staff for that. And he would never talk about it. Apparently, that was a very sore subject for him. Paul says, "Where's my $2,000 check? I agreed not to have people. I agreed not to leave the people high and dry." Yeah. Kate, did you hear KCI shut down the other day? Did they ever say why? No. Yeah, something happened. I got to be honest with you. She flew out to California for her grandmother's funeral, and that's the first time I've been to KCI since they redid it. Yeah, it's just not the same. Yeah, I'm sure the amenities on the inside are a lot better than the old KCI.
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
The amenities are not nicer.
No, Angela says the amenities inside the airport are not any better than they were before they rebuilt it. It just looks. It doesn't look. It's not as cool.
Denver is much better.
Denver's much better. No.
Denver beats.
There's nothing good about Denver.
Denver beats KCI.
There's nothing good in Denver.
I don't know what to tell you.
You got that demon horse out in front of it, and then you got that mural with the genocide taking place on it.
Actually, restaurants in Denver. Las Vegas was good too.
Yeah, if you don't mind all the sin.
No, it was just people in their pajamas.
People in their pajamas. Yeah. Is that Dallas? No. Oh, Denver International is DI. Yeah, Denver airport's weird. If you guys have never flown in there, it's like a million miles to get from gate to gate. In fact, you have to take a train, and you go underground, and there's all these. It used to be, the last time I flew into Denver was in 1990.
Do you want the convenience of the gate, or do you want the convenience of the restaurant to eat at while you're there?
Yeah, the last thing I want to do is spend $20 on a $5 burger.
You only know that because you saw the bill.
Doesn't matter. It'd be even worse if I was stuck in there and couldn't get out. Oklahoma City's back in the 80s was kind of run down. They were working on it. Of course, it's been. I don't fly anymore. I haven't flown since 2000. 2000. Yeah, 2000 was the last time I flew. I quit flying before 9/11. Alaska's cool. The Anchorage airport. Get off the plane and you walk down into the main terminal. There's a great big polar bear in the airport.
Hetty just texted. She just messaged.
Yeah.
And she said on March 11th she'll send a discount code for the.
Oh, okay.
Frizzy.
So we're gonna have a discount code on the 11th.
But they can't have it until Friday.
Gary Stapleton was nicer than DIA. Yeah, I remember the thing I remember about Stapleton was as a kid, we never flew out to Denver just because it was so close. We always drove out there to see family. But I remember they had that one runway that the road passed under, and as a kid, it always freaked me out driving underneath the planes as they were taxiing to the actually there's a taxiway, but they were taxiing to the runway over the road. Memphis.
Airport really stinks?
What airport really stinks?
Florida.
Which Florida? There's
Miami.
Oh, Angela did not like Miami.
You have to take a tram to get to a different gate.
Yeah. Midway in Chicago. I like flying into Midway better than I like flying into the O'Hara. But the thing that freaked me about Midway was when you fly in and you come in and you're coming over people's houses. And the first time I flew in there was in the summertime. And you could literally see people swimming in the pools in their backyard as we were landing.
That's nothing. Have you ever flown into San Diego?
Yes, I've flown into San Diego several times. Yeah, San Diego. If you guys didn't know it, San Diego there was a elevated car garage on the approach path, and about once every 10 years, a plane would bounce a tail off that parking garage.
Or land in the bay.
They tore that down by the time we met. They tore that parking garage down by the time we met.
It's still a very short runway.
It's a very short runway. Yes, and sometimes planes would end up in the bay. They would just slide right off the runway into the water. Of course, Boston used to be like that too. But Houston wasn't bad. I didn't mind Houston. But then you got to deal with the traffic in Houston. They've got a nice airport, but they made up for it by making you deal with.
Louisiana wasn't terrible. It was the taxi.
New Orleans.
Not yet. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
It wasn't bad, but the traffic, the highways are terrible.
All right, guys, we bagged on people's airports enough. Sky Harbor back when I was a kid was the best one, period. Because I remember as a kid, this is back before Range Line went out to, or Superstition Highway went out all the way out to the mountains. And Range Line was way out in the country. And where my grandparents lived was surrounded by citrus orchards. You'd fly into Sky Harbor, they would taxi the plane up near the terminal, and then they would roll the ramp up, and you'd get off and you'd walk down the ramp and walk across the tarmac to the terminal. And as a kid, that was so cool. That was just like in the movies.
A really nice airport, Palm Springs.
Angela says Palm Springs.
It was short to get to the gate. You got to sit outside. They had bars, restaurants, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, Gregory says last time he flew into Midway was in 1972. Well, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Got some stuff I got to take care of. It's been good talking to you. I'm MCRD. I always smell of diesel while PTing. Absolutely. The fence at MCRD for the PT field is literally right next to where they do fuel dumps to clean out the engines. So we'd be doing PT. You're sucking wind because you're exercising so hard, and all of a sudden you're enveloped in a cloud of diesel smoke or JP6. So
fuel, you have breathed in fuel.
But you guys take it easy. Look for those videos this week. I'm finally back in the swing. I feel a lot better. I honestly mentally I feel a lot better than I have in a long time. So you take care, and we will see you next week. Go live a life done free.